No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of HBCU Hour, where the legacy lives loud and the culture takes center stage. From the gridiron to the hardwood, we shine a spotlight on the soul of Black college sports. This ain't just coverage, it's a celebration. What's good with you, my boy?
What's happening with it, dog?
Hey, it's homecoming week across the land. We got homecoming on the hill in Alabama A&M. Homecoming in the hole at Grambling. Alcorn has homecoming on the reservation. Who else? Somebody else got some homecoming this week too.
Jackson State.
Oh, yeah, Jackson State at the vet. They got homecoming. The people got home. Do you know? Speaking of the people, I'm gonna start with them early. Do you know? Last Saturday, I said something nice about the Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State. Started off, I said Bethune-Cookman has really turned around. I hope they give Coach Woody, more time. He's done a really good job with his team, the way they've been playing. Then I came back. It's like Alabama State, pick your poison. They're able to do it on the ground and through the air. Somebody from the Colt, made a comment. It was like, man, I see y'all D-riding. Bruh, like, we literally just said something nice about both those teams. Then, before that, we talked about all the SWAC matchups before the game. I was just like, man, you just can't satisfy some people. But it was fun. It was fun to, talk about that. But yeah, man, we got some good ones coming up, man. I'm looking forward to tonight's commentary. Talk about what's going on in the land of the diaspora of HBCU sports. Anything before we really get started? Anything for you?
Nah, we can get into it.
All right. I will say I did see one of the funniest things ever. Somebody said that they had posted that Teddy Pendergrass turned them off, and they said Tuskegee had won a game since they put the lights in the stadium. Turn them off. Hey,
they're gonna figure it out. They just ain't used to it yet.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. They had some tough games because you gotta think they had the first game under the lights. Then they played Jackson State. Then they ran into Benedict, who has been a buzzsaw. And then from there, it's just been kind of downhill. But yeah, man. But man, let's go ahead and get to it. First, what we gotta do, give a shout out to our sponsors, Kelly Creations. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Your brand deserves more than basic. It deserves bold. It deserves clean. It deserves Kelly Creations. From screen prints that pop to embroidery that speaks volumes, to picture tees that tell your story. Donald D.K. Kelly does it all. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot him an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. That's KELLYKREATIONS 225@gmail.com. And don't forget to tell them No Chill Sports sent you. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better.
Hey, we are back. Man, here we go. Game of the season, arguably game of the season. It's gonna be a good one, man. In the vet, Alabama State goes in and take on Jackson State. This has been two teams that are on a heater right now. I don't know any other way to describe it. Best on best. You know, two of the most high scoring offenses in the SWAC, two of the best defenses in the SWAC going at it. I'm pulling up the graphic now that's got the stuff on it, but yeah, man, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, I mean you look at two of the best teams in not only the SWAC but all of HBCU football and FCS football. Really, I mean the way these two teams playing. You look at two of the best quarterbacks in the SWAC. The way they play Andrew Body and Morgan right now. I mean they two of them, like you said, well rounded, all around football teams, and it should be a hell of a game.
Yeah, Morgan sat a couple games, and then he's come back, and he's been on the tear. He's thrown for 300 and back to back. Points per game for Alabama State, 40.6, 34.6 for Jackson State. Alabama State has given up 23.4. Jackson State has given up 17.8. Rush yards per game, 238 versus 269.4. That's Alabama State and Jackson State, respectively. Opponents' rushing yards allowed, 181.6 by Jackson State, 115.4 by Jackson State. Did I say Jackson State twice? I mean Alabama State. Alabama State 181.6 versus 115.4 by Jackson State. Passing yards 212.8 by Alabama State, 237 by Jackson State. Opponents passing yards 213.4 by Alabama State versus 195.4. Total yards 450.8 by Alabama State versus 506.4 by Jackson State. Opponents is 395 versus 310.8. Third down percentage, 57.7 by Alabama State versus 50% by Jackson State. Opponent third downs, 50% for Alabama State versus 29.2 for Jackson State. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be interesting. Jackson State holds the edge on the defensive side of the ball, offensively as well in yardage. But scoring, Alabama State has been scoring. I mean, just about any way you want. And I've honestly seen Alabama State call the dogs off early in a lot of games. So those passing numbers, although impressive, are down from what we know Andrew Biden to be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this game, when you talk about these being the best two teams in the SWAC right now, probably it has huge implications in the SWAC race, obviously, as these are the two favorites to come out of the SWAC East. So, I mean, you look at two great teams with a lot on the line. I mean, this is everything that you want in a matchup right here.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, our man Lionel from PV versus everybody. It looks like Prairie View is the clear favorite in the West. And
Yep.
if you Prairie View, who do you want to see? Do you want to see a Jackson State or do you want to see an Alabama State? Do you want to see a team where you may not be able to score, or do you want to see a team where you may not be able to keep up with the score?
I mean, you might not be able to keep up with the scoring in either way, but if you look like last week, prime example, both of these two teams right here put up 50 points. Prairie View won 13 and 12. Like totally
Yeah,
different style of play. You know what I mean? It's really a clash of styles, Prairie View versus one of these two teams.
yes, sir. Back to this game. The argument is this a rivalry? I'll say this. I know traditionally speaking, Alabama State and Jackson State aren't rivals. But what has happened, with the saying the post game handshake a couple years ago, Alabama State winning at homecoming, Jackson State basically clinching clinching the East against Alabama State last year. I mean, it may not necessarily be a traditional rivalry, but there's a rivalry brewing. And this game is going to be, I think this game lives up to the hype of everything we see. It's going to be must-see TV. And it's definitely a game that if I weren't going to be where I'm going to be on Saturday, being at say Alabama A&M homecoming, I would be watching this game. But I guarantee you, everybody will be glued to what's going on in this game.
Yeah, I definitely think rivalry might not be the right word, but it's definitely a matchup that's starting to get a little more bad blood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the things that you mentioned, not to mention, Jackson State placing Alabama State as homecoming multiple times over the last few years. So, that just kind of pours a little more salt into the wound. So like I said, rivalry might not be it, but it's definitely getting more and more heated as the years go on. But I think it definitely lives up to the hype, in my opinion. There's too much talent on the field. These teams are playing too well right now for it not to be an epic matchup. And honestly, I think it's arguably the game of the year in all of HBCU football.
I agree. I agree with that. I'm looking forward to this game. I know you are as well. I know everybody pretty much is. Anything else on this game before we move on? Because we got some other
Who you got?
interesting games. Oh, that's the question of the day. Who do I have? I picked Jackson State to win the Swackies. I picked Alabama State to finish second. To be honest with you, I actually picked Alabama State to win it all last year. I think I was a year too early. I think I'm gonna take Alabama State in this one, in a close one.
I ain't mad at it.
Will Wallace say Jackson State by double digits? I don't think it's double digits.
I don't know about double digits, but I think Jackson State wins. I I like I love what I've seen from Alabama State this year, starting with that performance against UAB to open the season, and every game they've been rolling since. But I don't know how well they play with pressure on their back. You basically playing for the right to go to the SWAC championship game in this matchup. Jackson State, a lot of these guys have been here before in big games, big pressure situations.
Very true.
So I'll go with the experience in those type of pressure moments for Jackson State in a close game over Bama State.
I like it. But let me ask you this, because you mentioned pressure. Who has the most pressure?
Jackson State does for sure, because they're the ones that everybody expected to be here. It's their homecoming. It's their home game. You know what I mean? Like, Bama State playing with house money, really. You know what I mean? They just looking to spoil something.
I'll say if this is probably one of those years where it becomes more and more evident the SWAC needs to be divisionless, because
I'm not arguing that at all. The way this season is played out.
Yeah, because I think this is going to be a game that everybody is going to hate.
You'd love to see this game twice. You know what I mean?
I would love to see this game twice. So, yeah. I'm going to tell you what I would love to see. I would love to see this game played at the Vet, and then I would love to see this game played again in Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would love to see that. I understand, or some kind of neutral field. I know it won't be a neutral field, but I would love.
I'd love a home. I'd love a home and home though. I'm with you. A home and home would be epic.
Yeah. So, again, the only thing I disagree with you on, because everything you said, even though I said Alabama State, I think Alabama State gets the win. Facts. If we went divisionless, people would still complain. Facts. I agree with that. I also say this though, Dr. Kerr. I also think the SWAC should go 9 conference games. They do it anyway. They just don't count them.
True.
They might as well, But anyway, I'm off the soapbox on that one. But like the only thing, what I was saying though, the only thing I would disagree with you on, you said arguably the game of the year. I don't think it's an argument. I don't even think it's an argument.
Fair enough.
I was looking forward to this game. I think a lot of people was looking forward to this game before it was we even saw how this was going. Yeah. But yeah, here we go. But man, let's talk about some more games. We could talk. I ain't gonna lie. I could talk about the Alabama State Jackson State game the entire show. But we got some other games to talk about. We probably should have saved that one to the last. But anyway, we got another game, a MEAC reunion game. North Carolina Central versus FAMU. In Bragg. I just want to know if Trey Oliver get real disrespectful with it.
I think Central could pick their skull. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful by any means.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I mean, it just depends on how much they want to put up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this matchup is anywhere near, what we saw a few years ago. You know what I mean? Like, this FAMU team isn't where they were, and we gotta start figuring out what went wrong.
I got some theories. I'll wait and talk to my guys at ONG, right. Or I think her name is Sports and Skirts or whatever sport or whatever. I think that's her name. Get somebody from the FAMU faithful on to that boy. It's nasty. But so get somebody from the FAMU faithful to talk on. We might have to get our boy Tron. Because this is I think you know what I'm saying. I think this is what's.
I ain't gonna say it, but I mean it ain't looking good right now, man.
Yeah.
They fell off.
Yeah.
Hard.
Israel Carey says Cozy doesn't know what he's doing. So let me. I want to look at the history.
I don't want to go that far, man, but I just something ain't lining up. The players ain't buying in, or he don't got the right players for a scheme, or the coordinators. It's something ain't jiving right there, because no way you should go from being contender for the swag every year to, I mean, they they got one win on the season, bro. Like this, I don't know.
Some people say karma. Some people say this is what happens when you let the
The
inmates run
karma
their
for what
stunts.
though?
When I say karma, because I FAMU depends on where you at on the FAMU spectrum. Uh, they will say something like, some people say that they should have let 80 Sykes pick her coach. Some people say it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's other issues and stuff. I haven't seen even on the FBS side, people point to LSU 2019 to 2020. It wasn't this bad. It was bad. It wasn't this bad. Opt outs, COVID, all that stuff. There's
Mhm.
you didn't have that. You had a nice roster. You had a championship roster, and you had a lot of coaching leave. You had the turmoil and the you know what I'm saying, the infighting with the board, and it was a lot to this. A case study should be done.
Yeah.
I I liked what FAMU brought to the SWAC coming in, bringing competitiveness, and that is gone right now. That is not there right now, and it's that they're a brand that they are a brand that when they are good, it's better for the sport
I
for
mean,
HBCUs. Period.
if a few years ago I would have told you Bethune would have a better record than FAMU, 6 weeks into the season, what would you have said?
Is it 2019?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the only. That's yeah. Um, Back to this game though. I honestly feel like this one gets ugly early, and I think it's going to be central by a lot. And I don't know what that's going to mean for Coach Cozy's future.
Yeah, I think it's call the dogs off type of game.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of teams struggling, um, you've got a team we've mentioned a few times here. Bethune-Cookman is hosting Southern this weekend, and
Oh, bro.
Southern, yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Southern. I honestly feel as though if they can figure out the quarterback position, it could turn things around.
I mean, how long have we been saying that, bro? Like at what point do we just, like, what's the definition of insanity? You know what I mean? Like each year we
Mm-hmm.
keep coming back saying they're gonna find a quarterback and then they're gonna turn the corner. They're gonna and they don't do it every year. At what point do we just gotta accept the fact that this is what Southern offense is right now until it changes?
Mm.
I mean, right now they are their offense is whatever Trey Holly and that running game can give them, bro.
It truly is. It's not even. I'm gonna tell you the crazy part about it. It was Southern has a run game. It went from Southern has a run game to Southern has Trey Holly.
Yeah.
It's literally their offense is literally Trey Holly or bust. They've tried 3 different quarterbacks. Um, uh, McCoy gives you a running option, but that doesn't. You don't need that. You need a passer at right now. Woods has been hurt since the Valley game, or has hadn't come back. We hadn't seen him since the Valley game when he got concussed. They brought in Strother, and he just added to the 50% completion rate, which has. I mean, bro, if I told you, I'm gonna let you throw the ball 20 times, you'll complete 10 of them. I'm good with that. I'll load the box, bro. I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Ant. I don't even know if I'll put 8 in the box. I'll put 10 in the box to say beat
But
me.
see, and that's the thing is like if you was completing 10 of those passes for 160 yards, you know what I mean? Like you getting big chunk plays with that, it'd be one thing. But they completing 10 little short intermediate throws. That's not you're not moving the ball downfield. Like if you was getting heavy run action, play action off of that, and get a 30-yard pass play, straight explosive plays in the pass game. You could live with that, but you can't be a run dominant team and be inefficient in intermediate pass game on top of that with no explosive pass plays, bro. You're handicapping your offense too bad.
Yeah, I'm looking at their running, even their rushing direction. Shout out to PFF. I do love that where you can, yardage by, run direction. They're getting all their big runs, right? The place they run that they get the most yards is off left tackle. Other than that, is in the middle, is middle right or right guard. Is literally where they're getting pretty much all their big yards. Everything else is so left tackle is getting 11.6 yards per carry on average. Middle right 7.94. Right guard 8.27. Actually, the right side is pretty decent and all. All every right tackle is 7. Right end is 5.6, and then everything else is under like 5. It's like
I mean, but that's like I take 5 yards to carry, bro. Like
yeah,
especially whenever the defense knows all I can do is run the ball, bro. Like their run game isn't a problem. They just aren't complimentary at all on offense, and they put too much on the run game and their defense because if they get down by double, 2 possessions, it's a wrap because they're not built to play from behind.
Mm-hmm. Let me give a little attention to Bethune for a minute. Bethune has turned things around. I know we talked about that when Cam Ransom came in the last 3 or 4 games. Now he did against Alabama State. That was a little bit different. But prior to that, their production jumped under him. And when I say jumped, I mean like it was big time. Under Cam Ransom, they jumped like 21 points per game. 200, like 120 yards rushing per game. So yeah, it was, he's been a difference maker for them. And shout out to the Hell Wildcat guy because they mentioned that in the preseason. But yeah, that's those guys. Bethune has really turned things around. Their record is not going to reflect how good they have been, just simply because of who they've played. They played those money games that really put them behind early, and then they played Alabama A&M in a shootout that they came out victorious, but then they played against Alabama State in another shootout, which they was on the other side of,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's gonna be interesting for them going forward.
But I mean, still though, if they win this weekend, they'll be 2-1 in the SWAC. They'll be right there, with the loser of Bama State, Jackson State. You know what I mean? In that runner-up, fighting for second place type position. So I mean, if that's where you would have told them before the season they would have been, I mean, I think all the Wildcat faithful would have been thrilled to be in that position.
Yeah. You got anything else on this game or Bethune-Cookman or Southern?
Nah.
All right. Let's talk. Your neck of the woods real quick. D-Lob, before we do, D-Lob chimes in and says, I think Bethune-Cookman can win this game if they don't get stalled out too much early.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all. But like I was saying, man, let's talk about your neck of the woods. Homecoming in the hole. Texas Southern comes down to take on Grambling. Texas Southern, ooh. I picked UAB to win. UAPB, excuse me. I picked UAPB last week, and when I changed and I looked, I was just like, well, that's money down the drain.
Yeah, I took UAPB plus 6.5, something like that.
You might should have took 60.5, and it might still not. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting Texas Southern to put up that type of performance, especially with UAPB kind of playing well going into that game. But yeah, hell of a game by Texas Southern, and they 2-1 right now in the SWAC, looking to go 3-1 in the SWAC. But that week 1 game looms very important right now. You know what I mean? As PV has the tiebreaker over them. So, but on Grambling side of things, they got to execute better, bro. That's what it comes down to, man. You look at what they've been doing lately. I mean, offensively, they got to get off to better starts. I think they had a bye week, so maybe they could, kind of reset, get a couple guys a little more healthy and kind of figure out what they've been wrong the last few weeks. But I know Coach Joseph done had some guests in this week trying to, kind of encourage, motivate the guys a little bit, give them some different kind of
mojo,
different voice, I guess. You know what I'm saying? A different voice, kind of giving them a different perspective of things. So we'll see if that works. But yeah, it's gonna be homecoming in the hole, and it's gonna be a wild one, bro. But it ain't gonna matter if the G-Man don't get the dub.
Yeah. Grambling, one thing I'll say about them, you talk about SQ. Last year, they stole a few games by getting turnovers.
Yeah.
They lit against PV State Fair Classic, bro. They had, it wasn't just they gave turnovers, they gave untimely turnovers and very just that fumble that they had. I think it was in the third, midway through the third, they fumbled and it was a 25-yard loss. They literally put the ball on the 1-yard line and teed it up for PV to just punch it in. So it was, yeah, I mean, then you had a couple interceptions where Grambling's driving and then it was interception. It was I forgot, man. We talked about this. It was literally I think Grambling had four 3-and-outs and 4 punts. Like it was just, yeah.
Yep. I mean, look, they ain't scored a touchdown to the fourth quarter.
And they were still in the game.
I mean that. Yeah, that's what. Well, kind of in the
Yeah, I
game.
mean,
It was like what
it
21.
was 20,
It was like 21.
it was 21-13. It was 21-13 at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And when they scored that touchdown, it kind of put them in the game. But you can't expect your defense to basically play perfect for the whole game. To give you a chance. Your offense got to find something somewhere to where you can get some points. You got to be able to at least get to 20 points, man. Like unless your defense gonna turn into what we've seen from Bama State or FAMU in the past, few years or whatever, like one of the Morgan State type defense. Unless you're gonna be an elite all SEC, all FCS top 10 type defense, you're gonna have to put up more than 20 points, man.
Facts. Big facts. Anything else on this one?
Nah, man. I'll be in the whole and we'll see if they can bring the alumni a dub, but
D-Lob says he has no idea about this game. He thinks Texas Southern will win it unless those Kentucky State refs are off of their suspension. Oh man. Next up, another homecoming. I forgot about this one. It's not just a homecoming, it's the greatest homecoming on earth. G-Ho, South Carolina State goes into North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T was they had a chance to pull off one last week against William and Mary, and they let them off the hook.
They beat William, but they couldn't beat Mary.
That's exactly what happened. They ended up losing that one 31-34. South Carolina State, bro, has quietly been just winning, and nobody's talking about them, which is crazy to me. But I think that's that.
Yeah, they
go ahead. No, I was gonna say I think that's the simple reason for that is because they hadn't even hit conference play yet, which is with the whole how the MEAC is. They hadn't hit conference play yet, but they have been quietly just winning.
Yeah, I mean they beat a Bethune team that we just talked about. They beat them earlier in the season. They demolished Savannah State, and then you look at Charleston Southern game, had a chance to win that when they beat Wofford. So they played well at times. The other losses are money games, but I think if you look at this
the South Carolina game, they actually played. They lost 38-10, bro. A very respectable loss.
Yeah. I think if you look at this game, you gotta expect Coach Barry and them to go in there and spoil a homecoming.
Yeah. So that one's taking place in Greensboro. North Carolina A&T. Give Coach Gibbs, a year or two, get that roster right. So they're gonna be a problem, bro. They're competitive right now with scraps and bones. I forget what string quarterback they own right now, but they find a way to get it done. So to at least be competitive. So
yeah.
So definitely, like I said, looking forward to that one. Staying in the MEAC, you got Howard going to Sacred Heart.
Yeah. I've been kind of slightly impressed with Howard this year. The big win over Hampton was impressive. The Richmond game was, I thought they probably should have won that game. Very very close, 1.2 that. I know this this Sacred Heart team pretty good though, but I don't really know too much about them. I know that they beat what Dale State and Norfolk State in the one possession games, I think, or I don't think it was no blowouts in either one of them games. So I give Howard a slight chance to win this game, but I think it'll be like a one possession game either way. I think real competitive game and kind of give a litmus test in a way to see where they stack up against some of their peers in the conference. With a common opponent match this one.
Yeah. You got staying in the MEAC, Norfolk State taking on Wofford.
Yeah. So we just kind of talked about Wofford in a sense because of the South Carolina State. Yeah, played them earlier in the season. And it was a win for South Carolina State. But Wofford hasn't won a game. They've had some majority close losses, but they haven't won a game yet. And so last week they played Western Carolina, and the quarterback for Western Carolina completed like 46 straight passes against them. So I think should probably win this game, but I'm strong feeling either way.
I got to be fair. We got to be fair and consistent. Some people said that Coach Cozy doesn't know what he's doing. If you're gonna say that, Mike Vick damn sure don't know what he's doing.
Well, I mean,
it's
not looking good so far.
It's been hard to watch. Extremely hard to watch.
I mean, they've been competitive. They lost to the Sacred Heart team by like 3 or 4. They lost to Hampton by 1 score. Like the only 2 games that they really won competitive was the money game and then the first game of the season. All the other games they've been close losses, albeit losses, but
Yeah.
But to be fair, we thought, or most people thought, going into the season, if one of the new coaches in the MEAC was going to be 1-5 in their first 6 games, it wasn't going to be Mike Vick. It was going to be Deshaun Jackson. And to give him credit, he's been the exact opposite of what most people thought he would be as a head coach.
Yeah. And that's a great segue. They take on Southern Connecticut State this weekend.
I have no idea. I don't know nothing about them. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I tell you what I do know. Give me Delaware State by a lot.
Okay.
Give me
a lot, as in 2 touchdowns or more.
3 possessions.
3 possessions. Okay.
2 or 3 possessions. I don't, like I said, I don't know. What I've seen from Delaware State has been very impressive. They're 500 on the season. They're very competitive against Delaware. They beat Albany. They beat Bowie State, which they should have. They dominated St. Francis. Sacred Heart, they should have. They got robbed. in that game. Monmouth, we thought that was going to be a demolishing. Like Monmouth was going to run all over them, and they were in that game, had chances to win it. But Monmouth ended up pulling off 49-38. That game was closer than the score. Southern Connecticut State, they're 1-3 right now. Who they play, I don't know. Actually, here they played Bent. I don't know, man. I don't know none of these teams, but they've lost. Let's see, what are their scores been? 39-30. They won 10-3. They lost 63-23, and they lost 34-21. So give me Delaware State by a lot in this one.
I like it.
Only team I didn't look up to see who they was playing is Tennessee State. Let me see who Tennessee State and Hampton are playing this weekend. Hampton is taking on Campbell.
Well, this is two bad football teams. I'm gonna go with Hampton just for the culture, but neither one of these. I mean, like we talk about FAMU and what happened to them, man. What the hell happened to Campbell, bro? You remember a few years ago that matchup with Jackson State was like the highly anticipated FCS matchup, and like now, bro, like they got one win on the season, bro. Like, but they played some money games or whatever, but they still have not looked good in the FCS game. So, yeah, give me Hampton for the culture, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. I'm with you. I can't even. I'm gonna go with you. Give me Hampton. I'm just hoping they can turn it around. Yeah, hoping they can turn it around. I'm tripping. I'm glad Jay White in here.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were saving that for last or something.
I wasn't. But let's go ahead and talk. Matter of fact, but I might as well. Tennessee State take on SEMO. So I'll tell you what, I do know about SEMO. I'm sorry, Tennessee State. Y'all rebuilding, you know what I'm saying? Be competitive. And that's all I got.
I mean, SEMO not good, bro. They 1-4. I mean, it's once again. Now I sound like a parrot, but it's I'm not gonna say bad football teams record wise. I do think SEMO is a better team than Tennessee State. So I do think Tennessee State will be in for a rough weekend, rough Saturday, but I don't think it's gonna get too.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I just want to be competitive. But yeah, man, I'm tripping. I literally, I don't know how I forgot.
How could you forget? How could you forget about Lionel in PV, man?
Did I forget them too? I did. I forgot them too. Lord have mercy. I was trying to put.
No, I don't think they play though.
Oh no, they off this week. Oh, I didn't put Alcorn on there either because Alcorn is playing.
I don't know if they're gonna play.
Yeah, that's true. But I do know one team that's gonna play, and the hill was jumping today. Me and Dylan went on campus. Alabama, Mississippi Valley State coming down to normal Alabama take on Alabama A&M. I don't know the situation with Quad. I expect him to be out. I hadn't heard or anything from Coach Shea. I missed the press conference this week, but I tell you what, if they have to play that quarterback, that freshman quarterback, I don't see a drop off. I think it's gonna be a good one. And then something else I didn't know that I found out from Wayne. Remember the quarterback that was, lighting it up for Mississippi Valley, the freshman quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
He's now a tight end at Alabama A&M.
I was wondering where that kid went.
Yeah, he's a tight end for Alabama A&M right now. Big body. Yeah, but so looking forward to that. Hey, I will say this. I was very proud today. I took Dylan, we went on campus, and I told Dylan we'll get him a shirt. And Dylan picked out his shirt, and he was like, "This is my first HBCU shirt." I actually got him too. He's like, "This is my first shirt." He said, "Yeah." I said, "No." He was like, "Is this my first?" What did he say? This is my first Alabama A&M shirt. I said, "That's his first HBCU shirt." He was like, "Yeah, I like this." So, yeah, represent. But yeah, so definitely, like I said, the yard was jumping. We went out the other day just to get some stuff, get him a shirt and stuff, and then I had got some stuff from the little grad school office, so it was cool. D-Law said, "Wait, what? Jay White, you gonna be at the game? You going to the game?" So, wait, what you talking about, D-Law? Let's see how the like me at. Yeah, I got me at covered. All right. If nothing else, man, let's go ahead and take a quick break for the W ad, and then we'll come back and talk players of the week. W will be back in 1 minute.
W is a powdered energy drink aimed at gamers and individuals seeking focus and energy. It's known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. W is also available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolyte. W achieves its smooth, effective focus with a high-end tasting experience while using no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Try W today by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or visit them on the website at bit.ly/no-chill-W. W, your taste buds' favorite energy drink.
What's good, Dave? DC. All right, let's talk conference players of the week. For the SWAC, man, conference player of the week, Jacobian Morgan, with that outstanding performance against. He completed 70% of his passes for 314 yards, 4 touchdowns. He wasn't sacked one time. They had to throw that in there. Anyway. Defensively, you had Tayshawn Sims from Alabama State. He recorded 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a fumble recovery. He also had a pass breakup in their win over Bethune. Specialist of the week was Christian Avalar from Texas Southern. He was 3 for 3 on field goals as he connected from 44, 39, and 18 in Texas Southern's win over Pine Bluff. Co-newcomer of the week is Quincy Ivory from Jackson State and Carl Ligon from Alabama State. Ligon rushed for 59 yards on 6 carries, had 2 touchdowns against Bethune. Ivory finished the game with 10 tackles, including a tackle for loss during the Jackson State game over A&M. Moving on to the MEAC, Offensive Player of the Year from South Carolina State, Darius Thompson. Defensive Player of the Week, Eric Hunter from Morgan State. Rookie of the Week, Justin Perry from Morgan State. Offensive Lineman of the Week, Roger Smith from South Carolina State. And Specialist of the Week, Rasheen Duncan from Morgan State. In the SIAC, Offensive player of the week, Miles Scott from Morehouse. He led a 27-20 win over Tuskegee in the excuse me, in the Morehouse Tuskegee Classic. He was 22 of 35 for 326 yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. He also added 41 yards rushing on 7 carries, and he accounted for every positive yard of offense on the Maroon Tigers gained on the day. That is crazy. Defensive player of the week in SIAC is Steven Rouser from Morehouse. The nickelback / safety set the tone in the second half. He recorded 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. The added pressure helped the Maroon Tigers hold Tuskegee to 3 points after halftime and sealed a field position late. Special teams player of the week, Nanders Lawrence from Allen University, wide receiver. In a away game against number 1 Benedict, Lawrence had 5 kickoff returns for 191 yards, including an 88-yard return on the opening kickoff to set up a 1-yard touchdown and tie the game at 7-7. How is that to open the kickoff if we tied at 7-7? That don't make sense. But anyway, so he basically had 191 yards kickoff return yards. And newcomer of the week is John McCall from Kentucky State, wide receiver. He led the Thoroughbreds with 84 yards receiving on 8 receptions and 2 touchdowns. In the CIAA, and you know how they do it, they got a position of the week for like everything. So quarterback Christopher Perkins for Elizabeth City. He helped them to their first win of the season. He had 84% completion, 409 total yards. It's 300 of that, 344 yards and 5 total touchdowns passing. So, no, I'm sorry. He had 84% of the team's total 409 yards. So he had 344 yards and 5 total touchdowns in their win. Offensive back Curtis Allen for Virginia Union posted his second straight 200-yard rushing performance on 34 carries. He had 249 yards and 4 touchdowns. Video game, bro. Receiver of the week, Jahari Mitchell from Winston-Salem. 5 receptions, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns. Offensive lineman was Christian Solomon from Virginia Union. Defensive lineman Cameron Davis from Virginia State. Oh, wow. Defensive line, bro. 13 tackles, including 1.5 for a tackle for loss, a sack, and a forced fumble.
That's a career game right there. Some dudes don't have that in the season.
I was just going to say, it's a lot of defensive linemen don't get that in a season. Special teams was John Hernandez Vargas from Fayetteville State. See what he had. 59.1 yards per kick. I don't know what they're trying to say here. So he was perfect from on extra points, going 5 for 5. And basically they said he had like kickoffs, he had over 400 yards, total yards of kickoff yardage. So rookie of the week was Alexander Marsh from Shaw. He was 13 of 20 passing, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So that's it. That's your conference players of the week, man.
Yeah, we got a couple good D2 games this week too,
Yeah,
bro.
who we got?
We got Kentucky State hosting Edward Waters.
Ooh. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, that was another one I was just looking at. Where it go? Oh, Clark versus Albany State. So it's some couple good D2 games.
Yeah. In the CIAA, you got Virginia State, Bowie State. Bowie State been kind of down, but this could be a good one.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, Winston-Salem, Shaw,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think the first two I mentioned probably the best ones.
yeah.
But
Oh, it might be. Oh, I'm thinking the CIAA gonna come down to Johnson C. Smith versus Virginia Union again. Virginia Union beat them 28-10 a couple weeks ago. Johnson C. Smith bounced back, big win over Bluefield State, and then last week they beat Virginia State 31-20. And so we may not have that annual CIAA championship of Virginia State, Virginia Union. We might end up getting Johnson C. Smith and what's called with them getting I forget the kid's name, the quarterback they got from what was he last year? He was in the SIAC. I can see the team. It's on my mind. I can even see Kevin Kraut. I can't even think of the kids. Hold on. I'm finna look it up because it's gonna bother me if I don't.
I mean, I don't think in the CIA, I don't think you can sleep on.
Kevin Durham, that's what it is. Kevin Durham, they got him from crowd. What was he last year? Keep going. My bad, man. I ain't mean to catch. Go ahead.
I don't think you could sleep on Fayetteville State right now in the CIA, bro. They defense.
Oh yeah, they They 3-0 right now too. In the conference. They're 3-0. Virginia Union's 3-0, and Johnson C. Smith is 2-1. Let me go back to the schedule and see when they play. So that's gonna be a good one. Winston-Salem take on the 25th. Johnson C. Smith. November 1st, Johnson C. Smith and Fayetteville State.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. And then in the SIAC, Benedict versus Albany, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe it will. Yeah. That would be my guess, but
Yeah, Edward Waters or Albany State. Kentucky State is 4-1 in the conference, bro. That's crazy. And Tuskegee 1-3. I thought Tuskegee, the way they started the season, I was like, they're gonna be all right. I sure hate it. Ain't much balling, no parlaying going on right now.
Facts.
Yeah, so
Facts.
What's up, Leah? Leah said y'all support her cheerleading squad. She got some goody stuff.
She tried to post the link, but I don't think YouTube would let her in the comments.
It should. We'll get it. We'll get to it. We'll post it on our man. We'll post it on our Twitter.
For sure.
We'll do it that way. So we can get the girls some help. Man, I talk so much trash about this Philly Giants game, and Philly is getting rocked.
Yeah, they getting the feathers beat off of them, and Tulane done all that night scoring touchdowns done came back to haunt them, bro. They down right now.
It's just what I need. That's just what I need.
But hey, at least the Dodgers won, bro. I ain't tripping.
They ain't win by enough though. Golly.
Hey, bro, we went to extras, bro.
That's true. That's true.
We won on a walk-off error. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do what we gotta do, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. That's all I got. We'll be back. Possibly. Ooh, I don't know when we'll be able to do. We'll see. We'll figure out. Try to get some HBCU coverage next week sometime. Figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll let y'all know. But till then, man, y'all do us a favor: like, share, subscribe. Let's see who we're gonna go out with tonight. We'll be back next week sometime. Like that. We out.